Hey, good morning, guys. Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. We'll be getting ready for Christmas this week and the next. Be fun. Merry Christmas. We have some kids. It'll be even more exciting. I know I do. My daughter's very excited about Christmas. So this week we're going to talk about 10 money fears and how to overcome them. The reason why I started this subject is going to be the book Rich Dad Poor Dad this week. So I thought maybe I talk about money and what it's all about. So let's get into our article today. This is by Ninja Harki. I think that's the name, right? Okay, let's get into it. We established that inherently thinking and feeling beings, emotions will always be part of the financial journey. But having made peace with that, we know that the ability to acknowledge and handle how we influence our financial planning is utmost of importance. Today we'll look at how fear specifically affects our relationship with money and our quest to achieve financial stability and security. This is covered probably in the first chapter of Rich Dad Poor Dad. I thought it might be pretty relatable. If you guys agree and have read the Rich Dad Poor Dad, let me know in the comments. Love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much. 40 years in a row, the American Psychological Association (APA) annual Stress in American survey has found that money is the leading stress trigger. This has been even more true during the COVID-19. Fear is the unpleasant feeling which is triggered by the perception of danger, real or imagined. Chrometophobia, which we'll cover more of this on Wednesday. When it comes to finances, an intense fear of money, which includes fear of spending, financial ruin, thinking about it, or even touching money, is called chromatophobia or chrematophobia. Sorry, guys, never good saying those words. But if you are part of my email list, you'll check it out. I'm sure around 7 a.m. If not, just join the list. You can go to either curtishelps.com or thepositivelifestylebook.com. While this is not as common as other phobias, then nonetheless is persistent fear in some people with a number of symptoms that may vary severity. These include 1. Resistance to thinking about money. 2. Withdrawing from activities. 3. Counting money consistently. Scrooge duck maybe? Refusing to touch money. 5. Depression and physical ailments. 10. Okay, let's have those. And then we'll go into the 10 common money fears. If you want to read more of this, just go check the email. All right, guys? Thanks. Having looked at the symptoms, some of the commonest money fears that are not necessarily chromophobia, but rather general everyday fears that keep people awake at night include 1. Fear of losing a job. This is a very common fear, especially with the ever-increasing unemployment rates. This can hold people back in many ways, including being stuck in jobs they hate because of the fear of risking losing their sustenance, basically their job. Even when the security of one's job is relatively assured, many people still stress about the possibility of being out of work because they have not had backup plan. So I'm reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and there's obviously high ticket affiliate marketing can also help as well. Now I'll get some of those fears out of the way. Several surveys show that many people are liquid asset poor, meaning they do not have savings enough to make ends meet for 3 months in the event that their income is interrupted. In the United States, a 2019 Prosperity Now scorecard shows about 40% of households fall in this bracket. In Kenya, the numbers are slightly larger. There's a link there. You go check that report out if you like. Liquid asset poor people are unlikely to absorb a financial shock like a job loss, a medical emergency, or unforeseen financial expenses. Tip. While job security cannot ultimately guarantee in any sector of the economy, everyone can create a cushion against an unexpected job loss rather than worry needlessly. Identify the reasons why you are afraid you might lose your job. This is a starting point. Is the job market volatile? Technology change rendering your skill set obsolete? Increasing redundancies, disagreements at work? Okay, so number 2, Let's go to fear of negotiating for pay raise. Have you ever had that fear? I want to get a raise, but I don't know how to ask. Negotiating a salary raise can be anxiety-inducing for many people. The anxiety may stem from real or imagined tales of people being let go or threatened to be fired for asking for a pay raise. But you are probably thinking about asking for a raise because your finances need it. Wealth psychologist expert and author Wealth from the Inside Out, Kathleen Burns, Queensberry, advises that it is worth the risk since it could end up increasing your lifetime compensation significantly. Number 3, fear of never having enough money. A lot of people, and this could be conservative estimation, live with some level of fear that they will never have enough money, even if enough money is, in many ways, an abstract amount. This fear may be worsened if, for whatever reason, it becomes apparent that they never get enough or never have enough money. Why this kind of fear can be crippling is because it makes one feel that they will be seen as a failure even after years of toil. Tip: if you find yourself seriously doubting your ability to reach your financial goals, say because something is not going right now, this is mostly a mindset issue, a scarcity mindset to be specific. It can blind you from big picture thinking, and you may allow yourself to live at the mercy of others. There's actually a little link in the email there, guys. You can check that out. Okay, number 4, feeling financially lost. There is a global financial literacy problem with people unable to accurately answer basic financial questions on savings and investment returns. In private, a realization that you're not as apt in financial matters can be a source of consternation, and worse, could counterintuitively lead to justification of inaction. So basically, by not knowing what to do, you end up doing nothing. Tip: to know where you are, identify what your biggest financial problems are, and see where every dime you make goes. When you know what your main money blind spots are, it's time to get help. The help could be from a trusted friend, relative, or qualified financial advisor. Whoever you choose, they could help you set realistic goals and restart your financial education. Maybe some books helps too. Number 5, fear of being a burden. Yeah, that's one. Let's carry on here. Skip a few here. Fear of losing all your money. Absolutely, some people do have that fear. Number 7, fear of never getting out of debt. Yeah, I definitely feel like that sometimes. The fear that one never get out of debt can be debilitating. This is often when one compares their earnings to what they owe. You can easily get into an endless cycle of debt where you take a debt to pay an existing one, or have defaulted on some debt and interest keeps growing. That keeps earnings cannot realistically wipe out the owed amount. Tip: if you are in debt and you are already afraid of getting into a cycle of bad habits, you should start by actually ascertaining if your fear is real. Find out how much is outstanding and how long it will take to repay, then compare that with your estimated earnings. If indeed there's a chance of default, approach your lender and negotiate a debt restructuring deal that could include interest waivers and grace period, reduction in interest, or a longer payment period. Else, if you're not in debt yet and still are afraid of ever being stuck in a debt cycle, then educating yourself about good debt practices and preferably getting advice from a qualified financial advisor may put you at ease. Pardon me, still a bit of a cold. Number 8, supporting relatives. That's another one. Number 9, talk about money. Money largely remains a private matter, and many people would rather not talk about their personal finances with others. There are those who think that talking about money is a taboo. The fear can either be guarded against being perceived as a show off, or on the other hand, looking poor to others. Tip: start talking about money with people you have confidence and trust in. Advice from people who are more experienced than you or from a financial planner can help you demystify talking about money. Number 10, fear of spending your savings. The idea of spending money you have saved could make you freeze, especially if you have been setting aside for a long while. If you are getting stressed about spending money on a certain purchase or constantly second guessing yourself before you're making a purchase decision, you may need to take a step back and reconsider your financial plan. Tip: dig to understand why you have this fear. Get a trusted friend or financial professional to help you review your plans. Also consider practicing an abundance money mindset. This exercise there, little link. Um, okay, so let's wrap it up here. Fear in all its forms can be incapacitating. It is a strong emotion and it can hurt your frame of mind if it controls you and your decisions. By acknowledging the kind of fears that affect your decision making, you are already taking one step towards conquering it. The next step is taking action on these fears, possibly enlisting the help of trusted friends, family, and perhaps a financial advisor. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Then on Wednesday, we will talk about chromatophobia. This should be interesting. It's kind of cool fear people have with money. All right, thanks for being here, guys. Hope you enjoyed this article I read today and the subject. And if you are reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, let me know in the comments, and maybe we'll have a discussion about that. All right, thanks. Have a great day. Bye.